I mean, so I feel like I should update y'all. I was in the process of making a whole video for y'all and to just have on here, you know. It was gonna be like the best news ever. Um, so I know people probably are not gonna watch the live as it's happening, but if you're watching the playback and you like, you know, you've been watching me on YouTube, this is something that totally is, it's huge. So, so basically I had a whole video and I was editing it for like a couple weeks, you know, and I was just waiting for a few more weeks to go by to upload it. And basically it was a video of me finding out that I was pregnant. So on, was it March? I think it was March, yeah, March 13th was the day that I found out that I was pregnant. And it's crazy just because I never thought I could get pregnant. I really, because we were trying for so long, like it never happened. So I really thought that it just couldn't happen. So when I found out, I was in shock. I was like, whoa. And everything was going great, you know. Everything was going wonderful. It was a feeling I just can't even describe. And hi, how you doing? And so, you know, I ended up getting, thank you for liking the live. I ended up getting really sick. Like, you know, I think I was like maybe 6 weeks when I started to get really, really sick, like morning sickness. To the point where I couldn't hold down any fluids, nothing. So I started to feel like I was gonna faint, and it was just really bad. So I went to the hospital, and they ended up just giving me fluids, and that was good. And my levels were all good. And then, oh, thank you. I just woke up, y'all. Then I ended up, like, I think it was maybe when I was 9 weeks. No. Maybe 7.5 or close to 8 weeks, I ended up bleeding. And this was like bright red. It was a lot. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it freaked me out. I'm like, this is not normal. So I go to the hospital, and I'm thinking the worst of the worst is happening, right? And, you know, they do my blood work, they do ultrasound. Baby looks fine. Baby has a heartbeat. Everything's great. My blood work, my HCG levels are rising perfect. Like, everything's good. So they find out that I have a subchorionic hemorrhage, which is, thank you. I just woke up. I look really bad. Look at my hair. So, but thank you. So a subchorionic hemorrhage, I don't know what, from what they told me is it's like right near like where the baby is, and it's like a pocket of blood that is sitting there, you know, and it's like, I think a blood vessel that like pops or ruptures, and it happens. It's, you know, very common, especially in the first trimester. It's super, super common. I had no idea, and I've never heard of that in my life till I got pregnant. So they told me just like let it happen, let it come out. It will be fine. It should heal up on its own by the second trimester. So I was like, okay, you know, like thank God it was just that. Like, okay. So then I started to. This was on the 12th of this month. It was a Saturday. I had just went to a baby shower, my friend's baby shower, and I started to bleed again, and because the bleeding had stopped from before, and I started to bleed again. And I'm like, oh God, like, I hope to God it's just like the subchorionic hemorrhage. I thought it was, and then I'm like, something just doesn't feel right. So I'm telling my man, I'm like, we need to go to the hospital again. And he's like, oh my God, no, like, it's just a subchorionic hemorrhage, you know? Like, they told you you're going to be bleeding. And I'm like, no, I need a peace of mind. I need to know, you know? So we go to the hospital again. And this was, like, was it last Saturday? I don't know, the 12th of this month. And, you know, everything's good. I go in to do my ultrasound, they do my blood work, and I know the ultrasound tech at the hospital. So usually the ultrasound techs at the hospital, they don't tell you, like they can't tell you when you're doing the ultrasound if the baby's okay, how it's looking. But she let me see the screen, everything. She said the baby's perfectly fine. Look at the heartbeat. She let me hear the heartbeat. I'm like, oh my God, thank God. And she said the only thing is that the subchorionic hemorrhage got bigger, but that's okay. You know, it just got a little bigger, but you know, you'll be okay. The baby's fine, it's growing fine, perfectly good heartbeat. The baby was, I think at that point it was 9 weeks. I didn't know if it was a girl or a boy, so 9 weeks and 5 days, right? So almost 10 weeks. And so I'm like, and then she printed out a little ultrasound picture, and she's like, here, just keep it in your pocket. Don't let anyone know that I gave it to you. I'm like, thank you. So I go give it to my man. I'm like, look, baby's fine. And look how much he grew. He or she grew. Because it grew a lot from the last picture we saw. And we're thinking everything's good. And then the doctor comes in and is like, I have good and bad news. Your baby's measuring at 9.5 weeks. Baby has a good heartbeat, but your blood levels, your HCG levels dropped. So, you know, a miscarriage is inevitable. And so I was like, wait. I just couldn't believe it because I had just seen my baby perfectly fine, kind of moving around and stuff, like on the screen, like, and I said to him, I said, so this is for sure happen, like it's going to happen? And he said yes. And I was just like in shock, so I didn't even like have any emotion. And then once he left the room, I just went into my man's like arms, and from my whole chest and heart, I just like let out my screams, my cries. And I've never felt like pain like that in my life. So this was the 12th. It was the 12th of this month that I found out. So it's just been wild. I've been bleeding still, but not anything crazy. I haven't had any cramps. I haven't went through the miscarriage yet. I don't believe, because almost 10 weeks, it's like my baby's heart was still beating. It's just weird to me. And then I have an appointment with my OB Thursday, and they said they're gonna go based off of the heartbeat. and like the ultrasound, not my blood. So it's just weird. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, I don't know. Weird feeling. So women with endure a lot when going through having a baby. Yeah, we do. It's a lot. So do men. You know, when their woman is pregnant, like my man, he cried right with me. You know, it was like really, it's just painful. We're still going through it, but you know, and then like the process, I asked the hospital when I was there, and after they told me and stuff, they tested my blood again to see if I was that blood type that like rejects your baby or whatever. I never even knew about that, but I'm good with that. I don't have that certain blood type, so thank God. But I asked them, I'm like, because I've never been pregnant before. This is my first time. I've never had a miscarriage, so this is my first time, you know. And I asked them, I said, what am I supposed to be like expecting? What do I feel like? What is it gonna feel like? Am I supposed to come back to the hospital? Like, what am I supposed to do? And they just said to me, they said, just, you know, take Tylenol or Advil, and it's gonna feel like a heavy period, a little heavier than a heavy period, and lots of cramping, some back pain, and, you know, you're gonna, trigger warning, you're gonna pass like clots and stuff. And I'm like, okay. So like they're telling me I have to go through this stuff by myself. Here I am, 10 weeks almost pregnant, and like I have to go through this. I heard that the pain is really bad. I've never, like I said, I've never been through it, but I heard the pain is like bad. And I still have yet to go through it. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Like, last thing I saw, my baby's heartbeat was still beating. So, I don't know when it happens. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So that's the news, y'all. I was hoping to upload something way better in like a week or two to YouTube, my video of me finding out and all that, and like just my little journey. And who knows, maybe I will upload that, you know. And then put trigger warning in the beginning, and like, you know, put at the end like, unfortunately this is what happened. But I don't know, I'm really confused. I have to see my OB in a few days, and I'm really like nervous to even get my ultrasound, because it's like, I know I didn't pass the baby yet, so it's like, I just know I didn't yet, so it's just gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird for me. And then there's like something in my head that's just like, what if like there's a heartbeat, you know? And this whole time they told me I was having a miscarriage, or I was going to be. Like, what if like they were wrong? What if they were wrong in the hospital? But I feel like that's just me trying to just hold on to something, you know? So I just figured I would, you know, because my YouTube channel is like my diary. As I've told y'all, I've uploaded so much about my life on here. It's not just about my job and what I do at work and this and that. It's more than that. I uploaded when my house got broken into. Not once, not twice, but 4 times, you know. I uploaded my story when I was going through addiction and recovery. Not my full story. I haven't even uploaded my full story yet, but I've told you guys about it, right? And I've been in recovery for 6 years now. And told you guys that, well, when I had to go through my surgery, when I had like that tumor or whatever in my breast, like I brought you guys with me. Like it's just, YouTube is kind of like my diary. So it's for me to look back on too, you know, and just see how I handle things in life and how strong I really am. Because if I look back on videos from 2 years ago, it's like, whoa, life is so different. But it's also for people who go through the same thing I am going through or went through. And yeah, so, oh, I also, so 2 days after I found out that I'm going to be miscarrying, I had my best friend's wedding to attend. And I was the maid of honor, so my speech, I had to make sure that was on point. Meanwhile, I'm going through like the worst pain. And my best friend, her and her whole family, like, and her husband's family, who I'm pretty close with, they all knew, you know, because I just, you know, my best friend was right there when I took the pregnancy test, so, you know, so it was really hard to hold it together, but, you know, it was my best friend's wedding, and I made sure to, like, put my stuff aside so that she could have her day, because, you know, it was her day, and I'm glad that I was able to, like, focus on her that day, you know, and, like, enjoy her day with her, you know, so, yeah, crazy, life is wild, but I just figured I'd update you guys, let you know what the hell's been going on, and, if you've been through any, you know, I know a lot of women go through this stuff. It's like, a lot of women go through this, and I feel like it's not talked about a lot, so, and it's crazy, like, my TikTok, right, so, hold on. So my TikTok feed, I'm just looking the whole time, every day, like, you know, about pregnancy and, like, week 6, week 7, like, what your baby looks like, this and that. Like, my whole feed was just that, right? And then when I found out about how I'm gonna be losing my baby is, I just, you know, I couldn't even go on TikTok for days because I'm just like, ugh, like, how do I switch my feed? Because it's all about being pregnant. So I had to, like, not go on TikTok or the internet at all. I really couldn't do shit. I was just so, and then I had to tell my family. And what I'm gonna do next time in the future when I find out is I'm going to, you know, I know that my best friend, when I first found out, she told me, she's like, don't tell anyone until, you know, you're 12 weeks or, like, a little past it, because, you know, you have a high risk of miscarriage in your first 12 weeks. Anyone does. And I was just so excited to tell people, you know, and I did hold it in for the first like 9 weeks, and then literally, I think 2 days before I found out, or 3 days before I found out that this was happening, I had like let it kind of announced that I put a picture of the ultrasound on my Facebook. And literally a couple days later, boom. So it just, you know, because I was just like, oh my God, I'm getting so close to like the second trimester, being in the clear, right? So I know next time, I think the only people I'm gonna tell would be like my best friend, probably my mom and my dad. I'll leave my brothers out of it this time until I know for sure, you know, until I'm past that 12-week mark. Maybe my man's parents, and that'll be it, because I just, it's hard, especially when you find out that news, that terrible news. It's like, then you have to tell everyone, or like everyone's saying congratulations still, and you're like, ugh. Yeah, you have to like tell them. So I'm not gonna make that mistake next time. But I definitely should have put trigger warning or said something like that in the beginning of this video. I just woke up. And I don't know. But I love y'all. I felt like it was time to tell y'all. Maybe when I go to my OB Thursday, I'll let you know on the community tab or something, like what's going on. But, you know, what happened or whatever. But yeah, so. Alrighty, is there anything anyone wants to say before I head out? Besides the fact that I know my hair is so naughty right now, I need to like brush it, take my shower, start my day. It's almost 9 a.m. Okay, well, thank y'all, everyone who did watch and listened and all that. I appreciate y'all, and I will try to be more, I'll try and make more videos soon. I need to get through this part of my life a little bit more before I start focusing on other things. But if there's any video ideas that y'all may have, because now that I don't work at the club anymore, it's like I don't know what to make, what videos to make. So but yeah, maybe comment some video ideas, or just let me know how you're doing in life, you know. Maybe I'll make a video when this does happen, like the actual moment it's happening, like what my experience was, because I don't even know what to expect. So maybe it'll help people who just got that news too, or whatever, like what they're going to expect, or close to what they're gonna expect, because I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to be going through. So yeah, I'll let you guys go though. I'm gonna charge my phone, get up, get ready for my day. So that's one thing. I actually finally, like, which is sad to say, I'm starting to get my energy back because when I was pregnant, let me tell you, I was not doing shit with my life. I was laying down. I was so tired, extremely tired. That baby was kicking my ass. I'm telling you, I was tired, tired, tired every second of every day, no matter how much sleep I got. And it's sad to say now, though, but like, I can get up. I can, you know, walk around the block if I want to. I can, things aren't so hard to do anymore, so I'm getting my energy back little by little. But all right, I'm gonna hop off. All right, thank y'all for tapping in. Subscribe. I will be back to making videos soon. My life's been just all over the place lately, so forgive me. All right, peace out. Bye.